Even during the existence of a conflict, we have to consider environment for a variety of reasons. First and foremost, sometimes environmental issues are at the core of the conflict. Peacekeeping operations represent one of the single largest users of environmental facilities.
So the Secretariat over the last 7 to 10 years has taken a very serious look at how we manage our operations in this area, making sure that we're managing risk, but also making sure that wherever we can, we're demonstrating good performance in the communities that we operate in.
We have our own water purification networks. We have to construct buildings and accommodation, both for office and for living accommodations. We have to manage our own wastewater systems. We have to manage our own solid waste. And all this requires energy. We have to constantly decrease the environmental footprint of our operations. We need to do what we are doing in environmental management. First, on energy, we have now got an agreement from the member states that those troop contributing countries who bring in renewable energy will also be reimbursed at a similar level as those who are bringing diesel generators. We have also got agreement that when they bring diesel generator, there should be the newer varieties which are more efficient in the sense of production of power and therefore consume less diesel. In Democratic Republic of Congo, which has a lot of hydropower, we are purchasing actually power from the electricity grid. And we are also encouraging companies to establish themselves outside of the peacekeeping operation fence to provide energy not only to us as an anchor customer to begin with, but also to the local community. And when we leave, they will be basically continuing to provide to the local community. On waste and wastewater treatment, I am particularly delighted that when we began our strategy in 2015, only around 20%, 19% of the waste was treated by preferred disposal methods.
Today, that figure has more than doubled.
Similarly, when we began with the strategy, we had many risks insofar as wastewater from our facilities was concerned. Today, there is not one single site where we are operating at a high risk.
Many missions are also working on strengthening infrastructure of the host countries that they're deployed in. So, for example, in Bangui, the mission has invested in the local landfill site, which both supports the mission's operations but also leaves something useful for the host population as well. It can be really simple projects like using local materials to build hard wall accommodation instead of prefabs that last for 10 years and then just become scrap. Having an approach that builds things that will stay behind for use of others afterwards, whether schools or hospitals or so on.
We want to leave behind a legacy, and when I speak about legacy, I'm not talking about quick impact projects or about projects which are related to economic and social development. Projects that are created by us, which are finally beneficial to the local communities. Environment is an issue that belongs to all of us. We can look at the world in two ways. One is world as an inheritance. That it was given to me by my father, my forefathers, and I can use it as I like. The other way of looking at the world is to look at it as a trusteeship. I hold this world in trust for the future generations who are yet to come. And I want to give them a world which is better than the one which I found. If you believe in the trusteeship concept, I am convinced that you will believe in better and more focused environmental management.